While the Midwest might be king when it comes to soybean production, it is a crop that has a strong foothold here in Georgia, as the state is responsible for more than 8 million bushels a year. And that number might be even bigger in 2024, as production is expected to be up despite some difficult growing conditions.
I bet we went about probably 40 something days with no rain, but that could be worse too, because I got some buddies that's 7 or 8 miles away to crow flies from me right here that went about 2 months without no rain. So it could be worse, but it was a good growing season, other than we had to pump a lot of water. Light bills were higher, fuel bills were higher, but other than that, it was pretty good.
However, those dry conditions didn't extend into the harvest season, as heavy rains from Hurricanes Helene and Milton delayed growers from getting out into the fields. And with warmer than normal conditions sticking around, it's important to get harvest wrapped up as soon as possible.
I wish they was in the bin, because that's what can mess your beans up. When they stay wet and it's hot, they can germ and they can get damage to them. But typically, like if it's a normal October, November, where it's in the 40s at night and the 60s and 70s in the day, it's not as hot. They won't germ and go bad. So normally a bean can take a good bit more weather, but I need these in the bin with the weather we've been having. It's been a little too warm and a little too moist for the bean crop this year.
However, it's a delicate balancing act, as harvested beans have to be at a certain moisture content before they can be stored away in order to maximize their earning potential.
If you get too much moisture content in a bin, they'll go through a heat mold. I mean, it'll ruin your beans as far as seed quality for sure. But then end users, they want them dry. Beans dry at 13%. If you go in at 13.1, they start knocking money per bushel off. So it's very important when you're going to ADMs and your Cargills, you want moisture to be right, because if you mess around and have 14, 15% moisture on soybeans, they just dinged you a lot of money.
And more than 90% of these beans will be going towards seed for next year.
I grow those for Pioneer and like for mixing different varieties, but the seed beans are actually like, I'm growing seed stock. So what I'm growing, they'll come pick up out of my bins. I'll keep them, and they're actually cleaned and bagged and sold back to the farmer to grow for the next year.
You can bet Lord will be one of those farmers, as it's a crop he both enjoys growing and can get the most bang for his buck.
From the help standpoint, I mean, I can take one of them machines behind me and do what 3 of them roller pickers are doing today by itself. I mean, so you don't have near the help. I'm just rigged up to grow grain, so I like grain. I love combines. I'd rather run a combine any day than the cotton picker. It's a little more work in the middle of the summer than my cotton guy. They'll be, cotton will be up and they'll be watering, but it's just kind of what works for me and it's what I like to do, so that's just why I do it.
Reporting from Dudley, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.